Good afternoon. Welcome to this first NSF Convergence Accelerator workshop on living better through rehabilitative and assistive technologies. Liberate. I am delighted to be here and to see so many of you who've introduced yourself on the Slack channel that the workshop organizers have kindly put together. My name is Grace Hwang. I am a program director at Directorate for Engineering, and I run the Disability and Rehabilitation Engineering program. I am on rotation from Johns Hopkins University, and I've been with the NSF for nearly 9 months. It is my great honor to serve as the program director and to interact with you all to learn about the most important needs for rehabilitation and assistive technologies, both in the near term in terms of the Convergence Accelerator, and in the longer term, in terms of the core DARE program that looks to create new foundational knowledge to advance technological solutions to make technologies affordable and accessible to people with disabilities. And I mean all sorts of disabilities, from cognitive to sensory to physical and movement related disabilities. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you all in the next 2 days to get your perspective as researchers, people with disabilities, caregivers, and other government partners. There is so much to do together. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the DARE program. The program seeks to advance fundamental engineering knowledge to lead to transformative outcomes in a time horizon that's well beyond the 3 years that is of interest to the Convergence Accelerator. DARE seeks to develop understanding, interventions, and technologies to improve the quality of life of persons with disabilities. Disabilities could be cognitive, sensory, such as hearing loss or visual impairments, voice or language impairments, or physical and movement related impairments. DARE also supports research directed to the characterization, restoration, and or the substitution of human functional abilities or cognition. Novel engineering approaches to understanding human motion, sensory processing, or cognition are also within scope for DARE, as well as understanding injury at the tissue or system level. Now, a big part of my job is to think about how the NSF can make an impact to the disability and rehabilitation community. We don't have the abundance of resources like our colleagues at the NIH. And so we have to think very sparingly about what it is we should fund. And I would say a successful DARE project needs to contain some element of high risk, high reward, or transformative research that can radically change things in how we think about disability and rehabilitation. DARE projects can involve humans and or small numbers of animals, but we absolutely do not cross into the clinical trial regime. DARE projects could be theoretical, computational, and/or experimental. And they must all be advancing engineering through some form of validated design of technology, systems, software, or models. A successful DARE project should include people with disabilities, either as designers from the get-go or as participants as part of the research or broader impact. Now, in preparing for this Convergence Accelerator, I took a look at the projects that are currently funded by DARE. And the majority of those projects are assistive technologies that are related to movement. And so this makes me wonder, might this be a signal that we are ready for convergence and acceleration in the domain of movement, assistive technologies, and rehabilitation technologies? And yet, when you think about what's available in the marketplace, prosthetics for upper limb and lower limb are far from affordable and accessible, and they're not lightweight or usable. And why is that? They're not standardized across different vendors, unlike what you would find in our standard computer technology, in which a USB plugs into one Windows laptop and you can transfer that same USB port and apply it to another Windows desktop. we don't have that kind of universal interfaces in our community. And I challenge you to think about how we can really make things universal, accessible, so that affordable solutions can be available to everyone who's in need of it in the near term. Thank you very much for participating in this workshop, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from you all. Thank you.